and welcome to Grandad's Reviews. In this video we're going to look at a menu setting that sometimes we have trouble with for the wrong reasons. So we're going to have a look at long exposure noise reduction. Now you find that in the IQ section of the menu. We're on page 2 near the bottom, and what sometimes happens is you're taking a long exposure, you don't realise that long exposure noise reduction is switched on. You take a shot and you think, hang on, this is taking ages to actually write to the card. So at that point you either make some inquiries or suddenly remember, oh, long exposure noise reduction is switched on, and that's the reason why it's doing it. But does it actually make any difference? And does it affect RAWs or JPEGs? So what we're going to do is take some images with a long exposure with the noise reduction on and off. We'll stick them on the computer and have a look what the results are. So let's do that now. And so here we are in Capture One. I've imported the raw files and let's have a quick look. Click on here. So we've got the noise reduction off here on the left, noise reduction on the right, and looking at the squares, can't really see a big difference. Look at the writing. Not a great difference. The card, not really. So look at that one. The only thing I could say, and this is probably won't come over on the video, is the one with the noise reduction on looks a little bit softer. Over to this writing here. This is at 100%. So not much on that one. Let's go over to this was outside, and we've got again noise reduction off on the left, noise reduction on the right. Not a great deal. Let's go into 200%. I can actually just possibly see a difference, but it's the one with the noise reduction on just looks a little bit softer at this 200%, but no big differences. Let's now look at this one, and this was a high ISO. It's come out, so this was taken at 6400 ISO, a 40-second exposure on that. I'm going to 100% just there, same there. So we've got noise reduction off on the left, on the right, and I'm going to say that on the raw files it doesn't appear to make any difference whatsoever. There's a slight colour shift, and I would say that with the noise reduction on it's slightly softer. It's very slightly, but it's not. Doesn't seem to be any difference anywhere else. So in the RAWs I don't really see any difference whatsoever, and at normal viewing definitely not. So we'll have a look at the JPEGs and see if it makes any difference to those. So these are the JPEGs, and as we go through and have a look at them, I think the theme coming across from the RAWs is very similar. There doesn't seem to be a huge difference with the long noise reduction on or off, at least in the tests I did. Your mileage might vary, and in different conditions it might make a difference, but in these short tests I really can't see what difference it's made. There's a little bit of softness in the JPEGs with it on compared to off, but other than that, no, nothing really at all. So we've had a look at the results on the computer, both the RAWs and the JPEGs, and in my testing under the conditions I used, there wasn't a massive difference between having the long noise reduction on or off. There was a slight softening of the image with it on, and a little colour shift, but that could have been other reasons, but other than that I didn't see a big difference. Now your images might fare better. It's meant to remove the mottling effect of long exposures. I didn't see any mottling with it off in the first place, so it didn't really make much difference there. But say in my short testing it wasn't a huge advantage, but it's worth a try if you have taken a long exposure, you've looked at it on the back of the screen and gone, there is a mottling effect that you can see. Try the long noise reduction on. But obviously if you're doing astrophotography it's not really advantageous because it increases the delay between each shot, because the process takes just as long as the initial exposure. So if you've got a 20-second exposure, you're going to have another 20 seconds of processing, so that exposure in this essence has taken you 40 seconds. So I think if you want to try it, do some tests and see what you think, but say in my short tests I didn't think it'd make a great difference. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified, hit that bell button. Until next time, see you later.